and welcome. Welcome to episode number 4 of Empowerment Tea. I am your host, Charlene Harry, and today it is October 1st. It is a terrific Tuesday to have a terrific Tuesday. And as we step into, guess what? This month is celebrating, or not celebrating, but bringing awareness to the National Depression and Mental Health Screening. And I want to ask you this question, okay? Do you hear your voice saying your name? Now, that might sound a bit strange, right? But I'm talking about your inner voice, the voice inside that is trying to guide you, that whispers, truth. It whispers truth that only you can hear. The question is, are you listening to that voice? This brings me to chapter 14 of my latest book, Stop Settling. You Were Designed for Greatness. And why? Because the chapter is titled Self Said What? And in this chapter, I talk about how we have the ability to write our own stories and claim the credits that belong solely to us, that make us unique, make us who we are, no one else. This is especially relevant right now as we are in a month, like I said, that's dedicated, okay, to mental health awareness. You see, depression, okay, and mental health struggles often stem from the negative voices that we hear in our heads. Can I get an amen? If you are joining me on this call, please tell me where you're hailing from. And if you've ever heard your own voice say your name, has it said Charlene? Has it said Sudie? Has it called your name? I want you to share with me if you ever heard your name in your own head. The ones that and if you've even heard voices that have told you that, I don't know, you weren't enough. You ever heard that voice? Or it's too late. Don't be giving it a try. Look, you passed that stage, girl. You don't even bother. Or you'll never get it right. Listen, you tried and you failed. You're just not gonna be able to do this. Have you heard a voice? These voices, I'm telling you, can cloud your and our inner truth. As a result, we settle, which is why I wrote the book Stop Settling. Okay. We settle for less than we deserve and less than we were created for. My gosh, when I tell you I sip on this empowerment tea and remember every day to trust that I was created for good, I want you to remember what you were created for, the miracle that came when you were birthed into the earth. You were created for something good. But here's the thing. Your inner voice was designed for your good, okay? It's there to guide you, not tear you down. So do we learn to trust it in a world of noise? How do we reconnect with when it feels drowned out, by the demands of life? I want you to pause for a moment and listen to this fact, okay? The fact is, people who trust their inner tuition make better decisions 90% of the time. I mean, if that's not enough for you, I'm going to say it again. And if you heard what I'm saying, drop the percentage in the chat. People who trust their inner tuition make better decisions 90% of the time. And that statistic comes from something that's published from the Journal of Behavioral Decision Making. And it underscores just how important it is to tune into your inner voice, that small voice, especially when you are navigating mental health challenges of depression. The challenge this week is for you to lean on trusting and amplifying that inner voice. Because I'm going to give you a challenge. I'm all about giving challenges, okay? I got to challenge myself every day, and I want to make sure that I'm living in that challenge, especially in this world that often tells us we are not enough. Whether it's the pressure of work, the pressure of relationships, or simply the overwhelm of everyday life, the noise can make it difficult, my friend. The noise, that's what it is, can make it difficult to hear that inner wisdom, that inner guide. If you trust your intuition, what did we say? 90% of your decisions are better off for you. So it's critical, not just for decision making, but for your mental resilience. Yes? Depression often takes hold when we lose connection with that part of ourselves that knows our worth. Let that sit with you for a moment, because depression is not something that, oh, I've had it once. It can come back up. And remember that when you're dealing with it, it is there to distract you from knowing your worth, knowing what you are capable of, trusting what your potential is. And so, how do we break this cycle of doubt and learn to trust that voice again? I want to leave you with a tool, okay? I want you to identify a time and space where you will honor and prioritize your mental resilience. Visualize what that looks like and make it happen this week. I want you to think of a place you will go, that you will take a moment to hear your inner voice, to take a moment to honor yourself and your worth and your capabilities. Then take it a step further, my friend, and recognize how this affects your mental health, because it is my hope that it pours into your cup, whatever cup you drinking from, whatever cup you stand on. I want it to pour into your cup, because too often, like I said, with the state of depression, it is just depleting the very cup we are working with. And so it's my desire that with this exercise and this tool, that you pour into your cup. See, both of these practices create a space you need in order to hear your inner voice more clearly. You got to make space for it. You got to make room for it. You got to be able to drown out the distractions and drown out the noise. Mindfulness is about being present, sitting with your thoughts without judgment. So sometimes we can sit with our thoughts and all of a sudden we can't, and this ain't gonna work and all these negative stuff. But when you sit in a moment and say, I'm just gonna sit and just listen to whatever it is without any judgment, just observing what your intuition is telling you. And even if it helps you to journal it, on the other hand, allows you to put those thoughts into words, it's a way of giving your inner voice a platform, okay? A place to be heard and acknowledged versus drowned and forgotten. This week, I encourage you to carve out a few moments of your day to either meditate with this or journal it, write it down, what your intuition is trying to tell you, and then act on it. No matter how small the step may seem, if it says, go out and ground your feet with no socks on the ground, step outside and do that. If it tells you just to pick up the phone and call someone, do that. Take time to honor yourself by prioritizing your mental resilience. Remember to identify a moment in your day where you will and you can quiet the mind, quiet the noise, and truly listen to your inner voice. Then reflect on how this practice, right, affects your mental health. Does it give you clarity? Does it help you feel more connected with your purpose? Remember, taking time for your mental health doesn't just benefit you. I'm telling you right now, it pours into every part of your life, your relationships, your work, your overall well being. They all get stronger when you make your mental health a priority. So, as we move through October, let's not just talk about the mental health, let's also take some action on our own mental health. It's time that we reconnect with our intuition and care for our mental resilience and start living the life we were created for. And I invite you to take this journey with me. Join the Stop Settling movement and commit to designing your greatest life, one that's aligned with your purpose and the goodness you were created for. I love to share the first chapter of my book for any of those who are watching for the first time of Stop Settling, You Were Designed for Greatness as a part of joining the movement. It's the perfect start, I believe, in terms of pointing you and realigning your life with your inner voice and your creator. Let's stop settling together. And remember, trusting your inner voice could be the first step towards your health, amen, your happiness, and well being. I want to thank you for tuning in. I'm looking forward to next time and maybe pre-recorded because I'll be traveling these next couple of days. But stay connected and stay empowered, and most importantly, trust in yourself. Trust in yourself. If you found this episode helpful, please share it with a friend. Please like and subscribe if you are on YouTube. And if you want to dive deeper into designing your greatest life, just send me a message to join the Stop Settling movement. And you'll also grab the first chapter free. I'm excited that I got to do this episode with you. I have also been practicing this. And I'll just share with you, for me, I used to love poetry and I stopped writing it. But last night I wrote my first poem in a very long time, and it's really about designing your life and how you can design your life. And so, if you're interested in hearing that, drop it in the comments, and at the next episode, I may share the poem that I wrote. Haven't titled it yet, but it really is about how to design your life. And so, again, I want to thank you for tuning in. Please tell me where you're tuning in from. Tell me if you have heard your own name in your head and your voice calling you. And if you've heard self said, what did your self say to you? And drop in the chat the percentage of knowing and trusting and listening to your intuition, how that helps you in making decisions. What do you think that percentage is? I hope you've gotten something out of it. And I just want to remind you that if you're in a leadership role or you're a small business owner and you are settling in any area of your life, or especially in the healthcare industry, one of the best ways to support your employees and yourself is by providing access to comprehensive healthcare, especially in mental health services. And that's where my premier health services comes into play. We are disrupting the industry by offering affordable, quality healthcare options that help employees take care of themselves, reduce stress, and engage in their work. So if you're looking for a way to reduce turnover, retain top talent, and build a mentally resilient team, I invite you to book a call with me. And if you're just interested in getting a quote on how you can save on these ridiculous, outrageous, increasing prices when it comes to healthcare, just connect with me, and I'll share with you how you can save 30 to 50% off on your monthly premium. All right, my friends, it's been a blast. Please do share in the comments if you got anything out of this, and like and subscribe on charleneharryspeaks.com. Otherwise, I'm wishing you a terrific Tuesday and and an opportunity to ask yourself, what did I say? Self said what?